Alright, we're back here, guys. Looks like there was gonna be a game too. That was all my bad. We're taking a look at both the comps here. Blue team really looking for a lot of late game potential. Harvesting majority of your setup along with Robin. Looks like we are seeing the Robin again in this game too. This time on Vistex. Devil's Rising on the horse. I think Apollo's going for the 1v1 on Scylla. Apollo's still level 1 though. Scylla able to out-trade him very easily. The damage is too much for Apollo, and it looks like Scylla is going to get the easy first blood, giving her a huge lead right now. This is really bad. This is not what you want right now. You do not want your Scylla getting first blood. That's when it starts getting a little bit scary. If he knows how to really apply his lead right now and just keep bullying like he has been right now, I think he can really, like, just win the game for his team. Both teams do have a shell as well. Kumba having the shell, and being the support for red team, and then the shell coming from the other support on blue team. So it looks like there's gonna be a lot of fighting in this game. Looks like there's gonna be a fight around these mid camps. No one really applying their damage enough in the fight. Both teams walk away. It looks like blue team only has a 200 gold lead right now at about 3 minutes. Red team trying to go in on blue right now in mid lane. Amaterasu coming in to use her ultimate in the team fight. Doesn't apply the third hit though and doesn't get the stun. And it looks like Hell is picking up a kill on the Soul in the duel lane. After her next back, she can get Shoes of Focus. That's really gonna hurt dueling. Looks like Hell wants to do this 1v2. Almost gets the solo kill on the Soul. Munes the root from the Kumakarno so she can actually dive the back line. Doesn't even have enough damage though to secure the kill. Red team will be just fine. Looks like this Hell is just bullying this and dominating this duel lane. Amaterasu is trying to secure the mid camps against blue team. Does actually secure them. Looks like she's trying to go for the oracles now. Amaterasu jungle showing why she's very good. She just takes camps off the map. It's like this might be a good fight for Amaterasu. She just got her ult. She's looking pretty low though. All of blue having their ultimates up. And Amaterasu almost dying in that team fight. Ah, there's my volume. That's why I couldn't hear anything. Looks like Apollo's gonna dash in on the sill with his ultimate. Does get the knockup and the stun, secures the 1 damage, but it's just not enough to get the Scylla. She's able to 3 out, and she's gonna be just fine. Clears the wave with the 2. A lot of safety with her 2 ability. That's why it's like her #1 clear. You can toss it from afar and pop it whenever she wants to. As long as you time it right, you can hit all 6. It just really depends on how many autos you kind of throw off in the beginning. You always want to like try to play aggressive, I guess, but not really. You just want to play aggressive on the wave, because it allows you to clear way better. But a lot of times that does get punished, and that can be an easy read, and that's why Scylla isn't the most favorable mid lane pick. Because of that, she gets bullied a lot sometimes in mid. She can be shut down, but a good Scylla can really be a nightmare for any team. So it has an honor to separate. Hell was trying to look for another 1v2 fight, and Amaterasu and Soul looks like they want to go on this right now, and she almost will secure the stun, but Hell is able to use her 3 to get out of there. And Robin looks like he's going to come back to dual lane and clean up this fight right here. Gets both kills onto the Soul and Ama and cleans up this fight for Hell. That's a scary dual lane right there. Level 9 Hell, that's something you do not want to go into the mid game. Looks like blue team do secure the red buff against red, and the Kuma will go down as he's caught out of position by himself. And Ardio gets the solo across the map onto the Pele. So it looks like she's getting severely out pressured by that level 9's Hell. L with a lead is kind of scary. And then meanwhile in mid, Amaterasu trying to get a kill in mid lane. Three people in mid. Robin knows this and blinks in, gets the kill onto the Amaterasu. And Horus having to use his dash to get out of that Kumba stun before Apollo starts wailing onto him. So it is the way one in the corner though. She is low HP. She tries to go for the kill on the Apollo, and meanwhile Apollo 100 to 0 her for having a low HP bar in counter position. Apollo poke way too good. Go try a box on Apollo. Like I don't know, it doesn't matter who you are unless you land your first CC ability, then it's not worth going into that. It's always good to have your 3 just toss it right, do like a 180 toss behind you right before you go into that engage. Even though they may see you use your 3, you can still use that moment to really like force them to make the decision. Like, do I fight this Scylla who could easily just dash away and make me use my full kit and she uses nothing, or she gets better poke on me because she can harass me like that. She can use her leap to just force me to make a decision. If I make the wrong one, then she ends up winning that engage. And Robin trying to look for this kill on Amaterasu in mid lane. Amaterasu does get poked out a little bit. Looks like blue team wanting to get this next red buff. Apollo trying to stun up the Robin, but was immune by his kick. And Kumba is going to take this opportunity to stun him out of position, but no one is there to follow up. Amaterasu being super low, trying to go into the kill, and Scylla in the mid lane gets picked up by Robin. Horus picking up a kill as well. Hell cleaning up the team fight. And blue team are just dominating this early game right now. There is no question in mind. They're destroying these team fights. Hell almost gets a solo on the Soul in the dual lane. 2 level lead for Hell right now. She does finish her pack tags, so she's really hard to lock down and kill. Ardia 1v2ing right now, getting a lot of damage onto the Pele, who's also go back in. Pele being really low, but Amaterasu with her passive takes down Ardia. And then in solo lane, Robin finishes off the Pele and once more goes straight down with his ultimate. Almost takes out the Amaterasu. There's no mana. She has no way to respond right now to the Robin, who's just eating away at their jungle. And we're back here to watch blue team take down a Gold Fury. That was gonna be the first Gold Fury of the match. That's really gonna solidify this lead that blue team has right now.
Stop right there! I'm angry.
Let me fix that face.
Yeah. Oh, a little unstable.
And it looks like Arya is actually going to pick up that trade against Apollo with ease. Apollo trying to go for a dive play, misses a lot of the abilities As defensively uses 3, but was caught by the Ardio, who just can lock down anyone without a CC immune ability. And Apollo no ult, you know, kind of dead. That's what happens when we dive aggressively with Apollo ult. It's good in 1v1s, it's not good in team fights. And it looks like Robin's going to chase down his Amaterasu, who has no health or mana. Robin still chasing super hard. Soul has an appeal for her Amaterasu. Robin backing off. Looks like he's looking for a pick down in mid lane. Apollo having to dash out with only 1 HP left. And 3 members of blue are going to try to take down his tier 2 tower. Kumakarna trying to stop him. Almost gets one shot by Scylla too. Holy. Oh my goodness. This is a really risky siege for red team right now. And Hell blows up Soul before she can even leave with Saprate. Moved up to the front line like that, and you get blown up. Right now, blue team are really ahead in levels and really ahead in gold. They have more items than red team, and they have more overall health and damage base than red team right now. Honestly, red team just it's just the way that they're playing these fights, unfortunately. There's just a lot of small mistakes are really just adding up, and it is hurting the game. Blue team is also doing a real good job of taking advantages of those trip ups. Robin even going for the early Heartseeker. Not the best to get it right here. You're only about 70 power, maybe a little bit more. And until you get in about the 200 range, you're not really applying the passive that well at all of the item. So I think waiting a little bit until like your 2nd or 3rd power item, I like getting it there, because then it kind of like spikes immediately. You know, it throws people off as well, because like you're just doing one moment you're doing like decent damage, next thing you know you're 100 to 0ing the squishies like without ease or without any issues. And it looks like blue team uses lead to take down Fire Giant in 17 minutes. This is the 2nd game where they've taken the Fire Giant in 17 minutes. And this Robin pick really showing off right now, him being 7-0. Meanwhile, Scylla picks up a kill onto the Pele. And also, Robin picks up a kill onto the Kumba. Albatross having to use the dash just to get out of there, running away from 2 people, and having to use her blink just to get out of there. And blue team taking down that tier 2 tower on the right side, leaving only 3 more towers for red team to defend the Titan. This is when your Titan's at about like 14,000 health, 14,500, about around there. So it's still a pretty tanky Titan. And a huge team fight as double kill for Kumba right at the start. Still already one shot, getting dove by the Pele. Uses bees to get out of there, and meanwhile Robin and their backline gets a kill onto the enemy Soul. Red team chasing out this blue team looking real low. They're really trying to get out of here. Looks like they want to go back in though. Hell, giving them a lot of healing and movement speed. It looks like they're going to try to dive right here, but Robin does miss the root. Still though, hits a massive one and roots 2 people in place. Double kill for Robin. Robin also getting the immortal 11-0. Robin level 18, 2 levels on the Pele and the Soul, 3 on the Amaterasu, 3 on the Apollo, and 6 levels on the Kumba. That Robin is literally doing true damage to your squishies. So this is pretty much game over. This is pretty much like time where you're gonna probably lose the game here soon. And you can really see who are the dominant players in this game. All of blue, except for the horse, having top damage over all of red. So 21k, Robin right behind her with 14, and then RDO, followed by Hell. Hell picks up the kill on the Kumu, who was by himself. And this is starting to look like a bloodbath right now in red team's Phoenix. Robin getting another kill on the Soul. I'm over by back camps. And right now, blue is trying to siege this tier 2. Amaterasu, who doesn't know if she wants to defend, dashes out to go defend the Phoenix instead. And with minions going down the left lane, looks like blue team are in a position to get a left side Phoenix. And red team don't even know yet. And blue team are now taking a Phoenix for free in the left duo lane. Red team try to respond desperately, but blue team set this up perfectly as they almost blow up the Kumba and the Pele at the same time. Good shell coming from red team that really peeled them out of there. And it looks like they're going to keep diving after this Apollo, who's just trying to get out of here, but he's going the wrong way. Amaterasu diving all the way back to try to back as fast as you can, and looks like whatever is behind blue is just no man's land right now at the red team. You go past that Phoenix line, you're in no man's land. You can't go there without your team, or you just die. Like that's what this lead has amounted to for blue team. They literally can just win any engagement, no matter what circumstance, no matter if all of blue casts are ultimates. It doesn't matter. Or I mean, all of red casts are ultimates. Duh. Had it backwards. Robin going for a Brawlers after the Hearthseeker, and then with the Relic Dagger. That's fine, I think. I think a Brawlers probably would have been better earlier, where your Crusher is, but as long as you land your abilities, I think Crusher is fine as well. Brawlers is just more of like you're kind of where your even matchups where you think like, okay, they're definitely going to be applying their healing really well and they're going to be ahead. So I'm going to get Brawlers. But no, with Crusher, if you know you're going to have a lead, then you go straight for Crusher, you go straight for those early engages. And it really helps in those fights. Get some first bloods, get some wherever you want. And it looks like blue wants this right side Phoenix. Red desperately trying to stop this fight from happening. But then a 3-man Scylla Crush followed by a Scylla Ultimate cleans up the fight. And Kuma goes down as well. along with the rest of red team, as Apollo is the last man standing to try to defend this siege onto the Titan. And Scylla just gets a double kill, almost literally just 100 to zeroing the Apollo and Fountain. And it looks like blue team are suiciding to the Titan as someone dies, Robin. And that looks like it's gonna be a clean 24-minute game for blue team. I loved it. They were slow starters, but then once they got their stuff online, and they knew how to execute. Clean game, really clean. Alright, that was a good game, guys. Nice and clean. Good job. Really unfortunate for red. Honestly, the execution from blue was just too perfect. They really cleaned up a lot of the red's mistakes. And it happens, like, those games kind of happen, but just learning to, like, just kind of pay attention to those kind of, like, small mistakes with positioning. I think that was the small issue with red team, was that their positioning was a little off and blue executed on it. So I think just watching the positioning, making sure that everyone's executing and on the same target is also an important thing. A lot of times damage is scattered in team fights, and that's what ends up having those weird fights where it's like, well, who just won the team fight? Like that was just, I feel like we lost, but they lost something too. It's usually chaotic because if no one's on the same page in a team fight, then you're not really executing on the targets that you should be executing. There's priority targets in this game, you know what I mean? Like there's big targets, and noticing them before they get too crazy is your window. And then there's just a point where they can literally just trample teams because no one paid attention to that fucking, excuse me, 9-0 Robin. Guess what? He just went 12-1 in this game. Top gold, 20k damage, and then look at the Scylla damage, 33k. Just a lot of just not missing abilities. He pretty much hit a majority of his Scylla crutches and his Sycoms, which is honestly the hugest thing for any Scylla player. Really nice stuff. And I'll be ending the stream there. Thank you guys for watching.